Hi guys, today we're going to talk about properties of logarithms. I'm going to break this video or this lesson down into a few different videos, so just work your way through each one of them. In this video, we're going to learn about the product property. These properties are going to help you in the next lesson when you start to try to solve equations with logarithms. So you want to learn these properties so that therefore you can solve using logarithms. Okay, so the first thing is that if you remember, logarithmic functions and exponential functions are inverses. And because they are related, they're very similar in the properties that they use. So in order to multiply, if you had exponents, in order to multiply, as long as you had the same base here, you could add the exponents. So we could rewrite it as b to the m plus n power. That would be an exponential form. Now, with the logarithmic form, the same operations are happening, multiplication and addition. Back up here, we were multiplying with the bases, and then we add it over here. So the rule is, if you have the same base, so log base b of m plus log base b of n, then you can combine them into one log using that base and then multiply the m times the n. Okay? Or you could go the opposite direction and say, well, if I have a number here, I could break it apart if I, maybe had some factors for it. So I could break it apart and say log base b of m plus log base b of n. So let's just start here. All right, so we have log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of 32. So we'll be able to write log base 4 of 2 times 32. Well, we can go even further than that and just say, well, 2 times 32 is 64. So log base 4 of 64. And do we know what log base 4 of 64 is? We should. This right here represents a number. It is a value. It means 4 to some power is 64. And we know that that value is 3. So 3 would be our final answer here by applying the property. Okay. In this one, we have log base 5 of 625 plus log base 5 of 25. So we can combine those by saying log base 5 of 625 times 25. Well, 625 times 25 becomes log base 5 of, I have it in my calculator here, 15,625. 15,625. And then we start thinking to ourselves, which we don't know this probably just right off the top of our head. And so you could take your calculator and say, well, 5 to some power, 5 to the 7th power. Well, that's 78,000, so that's not right. 5 to the 6th power. And there it is. 5 to the 6th power is 15,625. So the power is the answer, the exponent. So the 6 is our answer when we simplify. Okay, look for the same base with the log, and then say, okay, well, since I'm adding, I can multiply the values for those logs there. And so we'll have one log with a base of 1/3, and then 27 times 1/9. Well, 27 times 1/9, we end up with log base 1/3 of 27 over 9. Remember, when you're multiplying with fractions, this 27 is over 1. Multiply numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. Well, 27 over 9 is just 3. So log base 1/3 of 3. Now, this one is one that makes you think a little, because in the past, if you had a base of 3 and you tried to make 1/3, you knew, well, that's a negative exponent. It works the same way. Now that we have a fractional exponent, we need to flip it in order to get this whole number 3. So the same rules apply. If I take 1/3 and raise it to the -1 power, I get 3. So -1 is the exponent that I will use. So that is the product property. I'm going to stop the video here, and I'm going to make another video for the next property.